Testing 1 2 1 2 3. Testing 1 2. All right. Hey, Phoenix. Going to be starting right now, actually. Damn. Can you hear me? Flip off. Flip off the camera. You can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. I can hear me. Gotta love technology. It's like Phoenix is out. Pimping it. I just want to know if I sound better on my computer or my headset through my phone. So I'm gonna hit the record button. Because that's supposed to. All right. I'm holding myself accountable right now. I'm making sure I'm posting in all the right groups so letting people know. Because the little Tony, little side of me, one I've been holding back for so long, still hesitant and feeling of being afraid, scared, nervousness, anxiousness is there. But then the accountable side of me is like, no, what you said you're gonna do. Remember, you show up. Remember who this is for. Exactly, right back at your brother. And like a warrior, like a beast should. Double check, make sure I'm live. IMCtv. There we go. Yeah, can't deny that one. Okay. Well, okay. All right. Hey, Damien, what do you know here? You don't say? All right. Feel free to put in the chat. You don't have to say anything. I'm just curious who you are. You're meeting so many people. Woo. Oh my God. It's crazy. Like I'm live streaming at my gym right now. I'm sure you can tell. And right when I started, nothing against the person who started working out next to me, but this woman started working out next to me. And I don't want to be the guy like talking. I'm like, here we're like in a public place and someone's talking on the phone. Like you're at a Starbucks or some coffee shop and these people are working diligently. And you have that one guy having a one-sided conversation on the phone. That's how I feel right now. But you know what? Show must go on, and I'm gonna keep showing up. And I found out that Wi-Fi works pretty well here at night at the gym here in Wisconsin. Small town Wi-Fi areas are pretty limited. I have outside of a library that's closed right now that I tried last Friday, and I found out that now it's 2 Fridays ago actually the Wi-Fi went out. And the next Friday I did it at McDonald's and it went out again. However, I learned this trick to make myself the host on my phone where I have I just use my service. That way if I lose Wi-Fi on my computer, I'm still in. I'm gonna see what Damien wrote here. Welcome, Damien. Oh, cool. Welcome, brother. Feel free to put in how you got introduced to AZD'z, Dragon's Lair. He's transitioning now. I actually joined a few years ago when it was Love Spell. Then Lion's Den, and Dragon's Lair, and now who knows? Probably gonna find something soon after the advanced East camp. I'm gonna put myself on mute here now because I can't talk. listen to myself. I'm just gonna make sure I'm live here. Let's see if my girl jumped on, and we'll be getting going. So the topic today is accountability. I attended the business lecture hosted by Raul Cervantes, and Senior Caro, Rando Caro, was a special guest, and they called me out. I had my camera off. I just got home from work. I was doing things in my room, listening, and camera off. IMC Business Division is what it's called. It has the Cervantes brothers, and I think I would know the other guy because I follow him. See, that's the thing. Like when you're live, there's something about being live when there's people on, and also when you're recording and you know you're recording and you're like, I should know this guy. Posted by Oracle. Yeah, who was the guy before that? IMC Business Division. I'll eventually get his name. Oh, here it is. Christopher Lopez. Senior Carl was a guest, and there people were asking questions. They were calling on some people, and what do you know? I got a flashback from like a few years ago. Welcome, Sir Kenny Simmons, when I would attend AZD'z Love Spell, and I'd have my camera off because there were some times where I was new, and AZD would start calling on me, and I'm like, what? Why me? Like, I feel like I'm put on the spot. Like, I don't know what to say. You know, why is he calling on me? What are people going to think of me? And being so nervous where I actually stopped turning my camera on, so he wouldn't call on me anymore. And then, what do you know? It happened yesterday, but yesterday was a much different version of me than 3 years ago. So I was able to share like real authentic. One question that they asked me was, what's holding me back? And I pointed myself right away. I'm holding myself back. Okay, can you share something? Well, lately I haven't been as true to the AZD process as I have been before. What's the AZD process? Well, beasting, working out, doing something like a physical activity every day. Whether it's working out, yoga, kickboxing, boxing, any type of martial arts, walking, or like a sport, you know, just some type of physical activity. And I've been slacking in that lately. One reason why I'm here at the gym, I have no excuse. I live about 15 minutes from a gym that I like going to, and there's no reason why I should be able to come here every day. I even have a small space in my basement. I got a couple mats down. I can do yoga. I did body weights, squats, push-ups, flutter kicks. You know, you can do. During the what happened a few years ago when everything got shut down, I wasn't able to go to my gym. I wasn't able to go to here even this shut down, and I was so depressed. And I didn't know about the AZD beasting workouts where you pretty much just use all your body weight. I didn't know that until later, but now I know it's like you can just bust out some body weight squats, some jumping jacks, some push-ups, no matter where you are. I even do it. My job right now, I'm pretty much a full-time driver for handicapped people. It's like Uber for handicap. In between rides, I'm outside. I'll bust out some body weight squats or push-ups. Now you see people like sometimes I still get a little self-conscious there where it's like, okay, people are gonna see you or judge you or oh, do that. But you know what? I may be motivating or inspiring someone to do the same. For some reason, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Man, I think I just got my license or something, 16, 17. I was driving in the summertime. My uncle and I, like family, we went on a run to get some food or whatever. And we saw like a lady running. running on the road. And my uncle says, "Oh, she's gonna bust up her joints or she's gonna hurt her knees or something like that. That's so bad for you." And here my uncle is talking smack about a woman who's like out running, being active, being physically fit. And that's what people do. They'll like justify why they shouldn't. Like, "Oh no, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do this." It's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" You know. So I'll go out, body weight squats. Sometimes it's at a grocery store parking lot. Someone will drive by and kind of look at me and like all confused, and I'll just smile and nod, like, yeah, this is what you do. Like, so there's no excuse really. Walks. Oh, I love going for walks. It's getting warmer here in Wisconsin. Unless it's like in the single digits, I will not go outside and walk. But I'm walking right now. I got the treadmill at 1.8 speed. I'm at a number 3 incline, and there's people around me working out. I don't think I'm that loud, and I'm doing some things that I love. And someone might look at me like, "Oh, is he talking?" People got their headphones on. People are doing what they're doing. You know, so people are so self-conscious about how they look and if other people are looking at them. But I tell you what, people feel pretty much the same as you do. People are concerned like how they look if you're looking at them. So I remember going to the gym and dudes are like, "Oh, they got this," I don't know, smug, intense look on their face. You know, like, yeah, you want to be in the zone and everything, but you look at someone like this and you think they're mean mugging you or whatever, but they're actually like in the zone. So I'll just like nod real quick and go. Like if I make eye contact with someone, you know, girls, I don't want them to think I'm checking them out, but I'm just like, you know, keep showing up. And same to dudes too. I don't want them to think like, "Oh, this guy thinks he's tough or he wants to fight me." It's like, keep showing up. So where is an area where you would like to be held more accountable? Now, for me, it was the AZD process. Another thing was reading, journaling. For some reason, I just have the hardest time sitting down and focusing. I'm getting better at it, but and I've done it so many times. But the thing is, I would quit sitting down and writing. My mom said that when when I was a little boy, she'd try to sit me down and read, and I'll just scrim away and go play. So I don't know what it is like. And this is my favorite part of learning, actually, moving around, being active. You probably see my lives. I know Kenny and Phoenix have in the past, where I'd be out in nature with my phone like this, walking and moving around. I'll never forget last summer. Hang on, I gotta send. I gotta invite someone here. Hold on 1 second here. One of my RBC Red Blooded Collective brothers. Let's see what my ID is here. In the meantime, you guys have any questions or comments, or there's something you'd like to share about accountability or an improvement that you've made with accountability? Okay. So 833-79365. 912. Another one, reading. Same with journaling, just sitting down and reading a book, especially before bed. Another thing I caught is I'd be on my phone. I'd be in bed. I like having my phone right next to me because I always have a fear of like sleeping through my alarm. Like right now, I have a job where I have to get up early. And another thing too, I have a regular alarm clock on the other side of the room. But I've always had the fear, like I need to get a new one because for some reason it didn't go out the right time. I always have a fear of waking up way past than I should, oversleeping alarms, and I have before. But I also have the ability to hit snooze or change my wake up time later when I wake up, and that's where the regular alarm clock comes in. Um, Shout out to Sultan. He, man, this is almost a year ago. He had a wake up time check in where you actually had to like check in every morning. Like you tell him the night before what your wake up time is, and that's one thing Fernando said yesterday in the business development. What up, Trey? I'm talking about accountability right now. If you have anything, think of like something you'd like more accountability in, if you like helping, and also think of a time like you've really improved on something by holding yourself accountable or telling someone what you're going to do and they held you accountable. Right now, I'm talking about wake up time. How I was in Sultan's wake up group. Like, you think like some people on the outside, normies, civilians who aren't in IMC Nation may think like, oh, you gotta like tell someone when you're gonna wake up, or it's like, how's everything going for you right now? I've tried it so many times. I tried a lone wolf thing and I failed so miserably. I was at a point in my life where I'm like, enough is enough. I need to like, I still feel the same way. I'm not getting any younger and I need accountability in my life. And I see someone, a teacher, Jager of AZD, Jager of Captain Chris, Yoga Bliss Chris at the time, when he followed up with me. I'm seeing these guys like living a lifestyle I want to live. And AZD, talking about things that really inspire me. But one thing that really stuck out was discipline. And this was before like I even realized it was an issue for me. Like I had really no discipline. I put things off, like projects. I was going to school full time for something I was passionate in. I was becoming, I was in a process of becoming a leader in my shop for the Air Force National Guard. And we'd, for my friend's entertainment business company, we were having apprentices come in wanting to work with us. And I'm like, who am I to like ask someone what to do or like ask them to help when I'm not disciplined myself or I'm not like being a good example? Where was I going with that? So think about like how your day goes. Like, what do you do at night before bed? And what do you do in the morning when you wake up? Like, do you wake up on time? Do you hit your snooze? Like, I'll never forget when I first joined IMC Nation and the Telegram group. This is back in Love Spell. They were doing the wake up time very briefly, and it was too easy because I would check in the Telegram group and then just go back to bed. Like, and I'd feel accomplished. Like, oh, I sent the message. No one knows, but I knew, and you could tell too. Like look at the guys who kept showing up the last few years, who've been attending beast camps regularly, who moved out to bases, who are starting bases of their own, and then look at guys like me who haven't been attending beast camps lately. You can show, you can tell. Like, this is the most guys I believe I've had on my live. So I want to thank you all for showing up, like not just to be on Clarity live on IMCtv, but showing up for yourself. Like, you could be doing something else right now. Like, not too long ago, I'd be getting ready to party. I'd be pre-gaming, I'd be drinking, I'd be making plans. I'd be pretty much escaping. I'd be running. I lived for the weekends. I didn't hold myself accountable. Like, I'd have like a blue collar job, like being in I worked electrical systems, like regular electrical work in the Air Force. Like, I didn't work on planes. I pretty much just like did a broad electrical work. But on the weekends, we drink. Some people would get pretty messed up, and it's like, these are leaders here, and oh, where was I going with that? I thought that was the thing that you did. Like, that was a normal thing that you did. Like, you'd work hard, play hard. So work your butt off during the week, and then the weekend comes and it's like balls to the wall party, seeing these grown men Like I was in my 20s when I really did it. Seeing like men like around my parents' age acting goofy and going out and partying and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's what you did. So you could be doing something else right now, and instead you're doing this. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on my back. My father never gave me, way to show up for yourself, way to hold yourself accountable. Um, so the AZD process that was brought up. The reason, Trey, I'll quick fill you in why I'm talking about accountability is because I attended the Cervantes brothers and damn it, I forgot his name again. IMC Business Division last night. Senor Fernando Caro, Christopher Lopez was the guest, and they were calling on some people. Well, my camera was off, just like it used to be off 3 years ago, because AZD was calling on me, but I wasn't holding myself accountable. Oh, I tell you what, man, when he called on me, I'm like nervous, like, oh, whoa, no. Well, the same feeling happened last night. Raul Cervantes actually called on me. I'm like, here we go, but I needed it. And they said, what's one thing that's holding you back? And I pointed myself, me. I haven't been true to the AZD process lately. I haven't been showing up, and it's all about accountability. So you want to look at like the process that you're on. Are you going to bed at a reasonable time? Like, are you staying off of the electronics? Are you getting yourself in the right mindset before you go to bed? So when you wake up in the morning, you're like, yeah, carpe diem, seize the day. That's something that Lieutenant Guerrero, I was focusing on with him in his group. You want to be excited, even though you're working like a job you may not really be passionate about right now. Like that's money that you can invest in yourself, your brand, your business, whatever you want to do in the future. That's where I come in. I inspire people to do the same because right now I'm working for a company. It's like Uber for disabled people. I'm not making much, but I tell you what, I'm able to listen and learn whatever I want to majority of the time. And I can attend live lectures. I'm able to attend AZD's live lecture almost 6 days a week. And then one of my IMC Nation brothers is going to go live. I can attend that as well. And the extra time that I have, I could be planning, working on myself, whatever next project. Like right now, I'm doing music shows, and we haven't done one lately, but we got something cooking up for the end of April. And I would be doing that had I not went out to attend some live beast camps, had I not attended some VIP parties. I invested all of this money, and I was at like I overwhelmed myself so much. That's another thing. I'm holding myself accountable. Instead of getting so overwhelmed where I just like I lose it, or I end up like drinking too much, or I don't do anything, I'm like, I got to do something. I have this gift. I have this knowledge, this experience. Now I got to put it to something I'm passionate about. So I've been able to do 8 live DJ music shows at a gentleman's club, which is unheard of. 2 weekend music festivals, and now 2 shows at a restaurant that we're kind of like transitioning into a club downtown Milwaukee. And I'm not bragging or anything, but boy, does it feel good. I want to like inspire you to like, what's one thing that you really want to do? If money wasn't an option, like if you can get paid a full-time income on what you're passionate about, what would that be? Well, mother effer do it. That's what we're about. For too long, I just been kind of like sitting behind the sidelines, like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And this has been a goal of mine for like 20 years now. And it's like, I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting chills right now. Shout out to Kenny. I'm actually going to read, when I get chills, that means I'm onto something. That means there's something around me giving me a sign like, yeah, keep doing that. Keep talking about that. Sir Kenny Simmons, one of the OGs, spiritual chills. The shivers you feel when something resonates with your soul. Truth vibrates at a certain frequency. You just don't hear it, but you feel it. So think about something that is just like, oh man, it's like you won the lottery of life, and being able to do that full time. Now, AZD, he wants us to start our own tribe, no matter where we are. Like what we should do initially is go out to a base and be part of IMC Nation tribe there. Well, I'm here right now. I'm not stuck, but I'm in the process of being able to move out there. My dad, he's beating cancer. He's pretty much a handicap. And that was a big wake up call for me. So like, okay, you got to start taking care of yourself, and you need to be part of a tribe where you can count on others and they can count on you. So since I'm out here, I'm not going to get all sad and depressed like I normally do, especially during the winter. It gets so cold. And now the winter just drags on. It's like approaching mid-March, and we had a freaking snowstorm yesterday. I'm like, of course. But I tell you what, the cold showers are even better during the winter time. That's another thing too, cold showers. I normally just do like 20 to 30 seconds at the end of my shower, mainly like focusing on my back, my hips, and my neck. And you think you're going through something tough, just do a cold shower and all your worries will be washed away, literally. Where was I going with that? Oh, I just lost my train of thought, and that's okay too. So I'm out here. I bring these two powerful men who are in the music scene together, and I'm like, well, what happened was I played at a festival when I got back from my deployment a couple of years ago, and my friend got screwed over not once but twice. Now with these things, unless you get it in writing, people are going to justify them not paying you back. So if they don't make enough money at the event, they'll justify not paying what they promised. So I was able to get a mutual agreement with the club owner out here. I'm like, how much to rent your club? Let us do our thing. If it's a hit, great. If not, we won't do it again. And we ended up like tweaking this contract and then another powerful individual was like, handshake agreement. I'm like, no, get it in writing. It's happened to me. I've seen it. One of my best friends / business partners get screwed over. And that's one reason why it inspired me to do this, as well as coming out to the advanced beats camps and VIP parties. It's like, I want to provide a space where people can freely express themselves, whether it's music, dancing, whatever you do. That's eventually what we're going to do at the festivals. Like I can see Phoenix doing some shadow work, teaching people about that. Trey, whatever you think you could teach someone that inspires you, where you see it makes a difference in people, and then they see the value that you give them, and then they want to invest with you money, and then you're making a full-time income doing what you love. Like we're on the same page as that. Kenny, I can see him doing a B-scene workout, showing people how to properly work out, like finding out their body type. Damien looks like he got a pretty sweet ride there. Like I can see you helping people learn how to learning things about their vehicle or tricking out their vehicle. So that's what we're working on here. And accountability, yes. So I can't be getting drunk. I used to be really bad. I used to drink a lot during the weekends, so bad to the point where it's like I would get in trouble or I would have to stop. And my brain would be foggy. I'd be hungover. And I'm like, this is what it's about. And all these plans, it's like, no. So the AZD process, working out, meditating, reading Stoicism, Carpe Diem, seize the day. My favorite one was Memento Mori, one day I'm going to die. So that's why I'm finally doing it now. And everyone has this like inner child, this kid in them that they just want to freely express. And I tell you what, I'm actually feeling younger now than I did in my 20s. I'm 39 now. I know I don't look or act like it, but people, another thing too, is seeing older people in the music scene, DJing or like playing an instrument or singing. I met a 50-year-old when I went down to Chicago for a meeting, and this dude was like tapped in. I'm like, dude, like I can definitely see, like, imagine if I would apply myself 10 years from now. Like I believe that doing what you love can prevent and or cure cancer. I don't care what anyone says. Going out and socializing. We were on Star of Truth Zoom right before mine with special guest Rick Lamar, and he's out in Vegas, and they're doing a boot camp, a pickup boot camp with Euros at the end of this month. And I want to go out so bad, but I'm still working on making the biggest financial comeback yet. But I tell you what, times that I did go out, when I was transitioning from going out and partying and drinking and getting stupid drunk at night to actually going out sober with a couple wingmen that I met out here in a pickup community. When I got past that peak of discomfort, I started reaching this natural high, so much to the point where I look at myself in the mirror and I would like think I'd look better. I'd feel smarter. I'd feel clearer. I'd feel sharper. And I'd have a hard time falling asleep. I'd be like on this natural high. And I truly believe that this stuff can help prevent and cure cancer. Working out, watching what you eat. During the wintertime, I want to indulge in fat kid food. You know, I'm 5'7", about $150, and a lot of it's genetics. But I tell you what, it doesn't matter. It's not just how you look, but it's how you feel. So putting stuff in your body, making sure you stay fully hydrated. I would feel like absolute crap thinking I need more caffeine, but I would drink a whole one of these of water and I would wake up just like that. Tiredness and sluggishness is a sign of dehydration. All right. I guess my RBC brother can't jump on here. I'm not sure what happened. All right. Any questions, comments, anything you want to share? If not, I'll keep rolling here.
Yeah, I'll say something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, what you said about curing cancer. I believe it. I believe it about doing what you love, because when you're doing what you love, you're in a state of gratitude, happiness, and the body naturally cures itself. So if you're able to feel gratitude, you won't have things hindering you like negativity and things like that, because that's what gives us cancer. That's what slows us down, right? So if we're doing what we love, inadvertently we're feeling grateful, which in then cures whatever illnesses that you may have, because your body won't be diseased. You'll be at ease in your body doing what you love, doing what you're passionate about. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. I've never thought about it, but it does seem to resonate with me. So
100%. Can you give me an example of something you'd love to do?
Me, I do music.
You do music?
Yeah, like
reach out to me. Put your Instagram on here if you want. I want to connect with all the music, everyone who's in music.
I actually have a music in group in Telegram. I posted it in Dragon's Lair. I posted my Instagram in the chat.
Okay, Trey_Mill.
That's right.
All right. Low key, well, Phoenix, we're gonna make this worldwide, but Arian Alexander too, I gotta reach out to him. I've been thinking about it for far too long. I want to do an IMC Nation star search, where we actually have like a weekend event where all the musicians, whatever music type that you're in, artists, and you can present to like the top IMC Nation guys what you have. I believe we just got like a record label too or something, like Zane Simba. You know about that?
Yeah, I know about. Yeah, I'm actually helping Joe with that.
No, it's like, go ahead.
No, I'll just say, yeah, he enlisted me, one of the producers. So yeah, I'm helping him with that.
You're one of the producers?
Yeah.
Soundtrack Records. Okay, I just followed you. See, I have so much admiration to producers, because I just know how to beat match. I just know how to take two songs from someone else and blend them together. I sat down with one of my, he goes by the name of Mike Myth. He's a dark techno producer / DJ. He plays his own music for 2 hours producing a track. And I'm like, brother, I have so much respect. Like the time, the patience, the discipline to sit down and do that. But it's still there. It's still inside me. It's like, I still want to do this, That's awesome, brother. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I'm actually going to put you in the IMC Nation TV YouTube chat so our viewers can see this. What were we going to say?
No, I'm saying I'm I'm a practicing engineer. I went to the class and everything. Right now, I'm just practicing, getting to figuring out what I like, my own style and so forth. But in terms of ear for music, producing, yeah, for sure. I studied engineering. That's what I was to say. I studied
Oh, you're
engineering.
smart.
Yeah, I studied engineering. So mixing and all that, I can do all that. In terms of producing, that's something I have naturally. I can hear sounds, mix them. I get a whole lot of ideas. So that's where my talent is.
Okay, come on. Soul Track Records.
Yeah, yeah.
What's this? Grammy Award winning. Okay, you know what? I'm supposed to stop 10 minutes before. We have at least 10 minutes, but I'm gonna keep going. Tell me about Soul Track Records and
So
how we Grammy Award winning.
it's actually I'm creating it. I'm creating
Okay.
that Grammy. So that's why I put it in. But I may take it out because it might seem gimmicky to people. I may take it out.
Why? Why you take it down?
Yeah. So you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I just got a phone call.
Okay.
Yeah. So Soul Track. I named it Soul Track because I'm a very soulful person, and everything I do comes from the heart. So my tracks are going to be from the soul. So it just reflects me.
I love it, brother. Man, that's one thing I love about IMC Nation, Jay Grudov, AZD, and Captain Chris once again is that he's bringing all these men from all over the world with these talents together. And it's like we can work together, we can inspire each other. And it's like I've been effed over in too many business partnerships, friendships, relationships, whatever in the past, where now it's like we are under the IMC Nation contract. I owed one of our IMC Nation brothers some money for a year, and I felt bad paying him back. And I told him before he invested in me that was going to take me a while to pay him back. And he's like, "Hey, as long as you're IMC Nation, you're good." So it's like we're under this IMC Nation brotherhood contract, where now it's like we can trust each other, and just like accountability, if one of us is slipping off or we're like doing something that the other doesn't like, we can hold them accountable and we respectfully communicate with each other. It's like, "Hey, brother, are you okay? Like, this is what's going on. Welcome to IMC Nation." Hell yeah, Trey. I'm excited, brother. Let's stay in touch.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got a
for sure, for
question,
sure.
comment, Phoenix? It's looking really nice where you're at. Man, doing some body grounding there. The earth is phoenixing.
Yeah, I'm actually just on my lunch break. Been pulling some doubles here. Got myself a new job at a 4-star restaurant, and decided I'm gonna try to turn it into a 5.
What?
Everything, top to bottom. So
That's right.
yeah. But my comment was on just to add to the AZD process. It's about embracing discomfort too, as a male. As men, we're meant to be hard, and women are meant to be soft. And as soon as you become soft, the woman doesn't want you. So that's one of the things that we need to keep in mind. That correct me if I'm wrong, but the AZD process came out of a breakup, essentially. And it's a process to turn a breakup into a breakthrough, essentially.
The AZD process came after what process?
The AZD process, I believe, came after a breakup, and it was the process AZD
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I tell you what, one story that I really remember from that is, and not everything that I share, like, out of respect, in case I get like a part of a story wrong, I'm not like quoting him whatsoever. I'm just saying how I learned it, how it came to me. And every story that he shared in the past, he would share personal stories where it's like we wouldn't share it on here on this live platform, That's what I love about IMC Nation and the private Zoom lectures for men 18 and up, is because we can just really share things that we normally wouldn't share around kids, around women. And a lot of his stories that he shared in the past, I'm going through something. I can relate to what he went through. It's nowhere near what he's been through, but things that I've been going through, and if my girl's watching, she can relate. It's like, of course, this is bound to happen. And I told her, I was like, it's just part of the process. And things that will make you want to quit, like freaking, well, self-sabotage, talking about my previous lecture, people that you think that you can trust, that you bring into your tribe, who are not IMC Nation, who betray you, try to get with your girl, try to take from you, say things behind your back instead of coming to you directly, coming to your girl instead of coming to you. And it's like, come on, like, yeah, what? I have like, so some of these guys I consider brothers, and they do that, and I'm like, oh man, come on. But it's like, of course, they're not IMC Nation. They don't know about the AZD process. Now, what you're talking about, Phoenix, I remember he said something on the order of being so sick, like feeling so bad mentally and physically. All right, Trey, thanks for showing up, and you're welcome. Where I almost, he didn't say this, but the way I took it was like he was debating on going to the emergency room or going to the hospital. Is like, can you give me something to kind of like make me feel numb or whatever? And I've been through that before. Like, someone who's going through suicidal thoughts and feelings, before they actually do it, it's like they go in and be like, do you have like something that you could just like numb me? And maybe someone like a therapist would guide me or talk me through it. Well, he was able to like go to a martial arts studio or some gym and just go in there whenever he wanted. Like he was teaching his own martial arts school, which was tough. Like his story that he shared and how he pushed through and persevered inspires me so much on what I'm focused on right now. He would just start beasting. He was transmuting 4 pillars of power. He was transmuting that negative feeling, energy, and breakups. Like I would get so sick from breakups. A lot of it has to do with your upbringing, especially if you don't get like that much attention from one or both of your parents. He was transmuting that negative energy into something positive, working out and beasting, and the endorphins that you release. I know Kenny can chime in on this one. The natural high, the natural chemicals that come in when you're beasting, like what were they called? Up downs. God, it's one of the workouts that you do during the AZD beasting. Like I thought just doing body weight squats was enough. He was having us doing jump squats, and man, when you get those down, it just feels so good. And you think about burpees. Yes, thank you. See, Kenny knows. And Kenny was sharing different type of workouts on his Telegram group too. Like I had pretty much had the AZD workout process down because I was doing it for several months. And then Kenny was kind of like branching off and like throwing these different types of workouts. And because you can only do so certain workouts for so much, to the point where it's like you want to change it up, you know? And that's where Kenny Simmons comes in. You just want to naturally look good, like Phoenix Walker, have good genetics, look ripped all the time, then that helps too. But all right, Phoenix, thank you for showing up, and you're welcome. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow on 4PP. We got to talk about that. Yeah, so I'm feeling kind of crappy lately. What up, Zoom user? Feel free to type RBC in the chat if you are who I think you are. Another powerful guy who I brought in, who actually, one of the guys who I brought in to the tribe that I created here, brought him in, and he pretty much helped with security and so much experience and still sharing the vision. See, I was right. See, Damien, Damien, I see Damien working on vehicles, and I have so much respect. I had a friend that worked on my car a couple of times. Like, it is important to know, like, it's good to know the basics. Like, oh, save money, change an oil. You pretty much see. Look at that. Look at Damien's screen right now. Only Zoom can probably see it right now. I'm gonna see if you can see it on YouTube. But I would get so overwhelmed seeing all that. Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, to me, like, Damien right now is like freaking Tony Stark, Iron Man. You know, tinkering, working, like coming up with different ways to work on people's vehicles to fix them. And I always like think like some mechanics, some places are like trying to screw me over, or like run a fast one by me. Others not so much, but I believe everyone should have like a true mechanic friend, and not just like, hey, can you save me some bucks? Like, people around here, hey, can you save me some bucks? My friend who worked on my car, like, I would give him the same amount as a regular mechanic, because you think about the time that they're putting in, and you got these so-called friends like, hey man, can you hook a brother up? Can you help me out? It's like, I want to pay these people even more. I want to take care of them and know like I can trust them with what they're doing. Like, the thing with like small businesses, another thing AZD shared, one story that this inspires me so much. I think about it all the time. When he was starting his own martial arts studio, early 20s, you know, not making that much. His family had like a family get together, a picnic, and his cousin bring around the same age, brings his kids with their martial arts uniform, like a gi, whatever they wear, that was representing AZD's competitor. And AZD is like, Dad, like, do you see what's going on here? Like, they didn't even care about what AZD was doing with his company, with his martial arts studio. And here they are like, oh, your son's so cute. You know, look at your little martial arts. Like, imagine, but let's say Damien, we just met, and thank you for showing up, and you're welcome. Zoom user, Kenny, anyone watching on the other side, IMC TV on YouTube. I believe Tim and Melissa are on. Going to a family get together, and you're trying your hardest, like you're struggling with your passion. You know, my girl, I'm inspiring her to get back in the professional photography business because she is so good. And your relative or a cousin's there representing your competitor, not even caring about your business, like how hard you're working to get by. And here your cousin is with their kids, or here, like, let's say like whatever car company, mechanic company you work for, if you're independent, Damien, and then some relatives are coming and like representing your competitor. Like, oh, damn, dude. Okay. Feel free to share where you're based out of. Drop your Instagram if you want. I'm getting chills right now. That means we're onto something. I know a mechanic now. See, IMC Nation, I have a mechanic brother that I can trust. And if I want to ask him a question and he's cool, like helping me out, and I can throw some money his way, if he saves me in the long run, I'm going to do that. Or I refer him to someone, like, yeah, this guy's going to take care of you. Don't try to stiff him, you know? So how would that make you feel? Like, I've been through it so much, especially in the entrepreneur world, where my parents think they're like looking out for me, but they're just kind of talking down, like my dad condescendingly talking down to me. That's why I really don't like share things with him now. I'm like, I'm taking care of you. And I'm eventually gonna be making so much money where I can start my own base, move out to one of my bases, and hire some hot young nurses, caretakers to take care of you. Now that sounds like a good accountability partner to me. One of my rides today actually told me about this website. Oh, where is it? I wrote it down. But it's pretty much like, you know, Uber, how you can look someone up, like you can look up your driver's reviews. This is like caretakers, where you can look up their reviews, like see what people wrote on them, see if they're good or bad, and decide if you want to hire them. Rover.com, dog sitters, babysitters. Now it's like So let's say Damien is an expert in Toyota vehicles around his area, and he puts his brand out there, and then people want to like hire him specifically to work on their vehicle, whether they're doing an upgrade or whatever. They can look him up and do reviews and write about him and pay his worth. And eventually, when he's getting so good, when he's such a high demand, his price is going to go up. His value is going to go up. Not that it's about the money, but it's about the product that he gives, the process that he's on, because he takes care of himself so much. He stays true to his own accountability and the AZD process that it shows in his business, his brand. And just by looking at him, you can tell he's a clean cut, sharp dude. So would you want him or some Joe Schmo that's kind of like this, like, oh, I'm gonna work on your car, I'm grumpy and I'll take care of myself, and now I'm gonna take care of your car? Or do you want someone who takes care of himself? Garden Grove, California. Damn. Oh, I miss Cali. Anyways, questions, comments, concerns. I'm supposed to end it, but I'm on one right now. I may even go live after this on my Instagram. You guys are down. Anything you want to share? If you want to go live, if you want to help getting yourself out there, we can do a private live Zoom. Not to toot my own horn, but one reason why I think Kenny is doing his own lives now. He actually did his first live on IMCtv last Saturday, 4 Pillars of Power, and just going to keep doing them and keep getting better, because someone out there needs to hear your story from you. Stop holding yourself back and keep showing up. I'm going to check IMCtv here. I saw one message. 9. Okay. Got a whole hour yet. Let's party. Party at Anytime Fitness live streaming on IMCtv. This is my kind of party. Back at you, babe. Okay. My RBC brother. I don't want to say too much about him, but he was really he was working in healthcare. And like me, when I was serving in the Air Force National Guard, they wanted me to get something I didn't want to get. I didn't feel like I didn't want to need. And especially in healthcare, you know, you're in that type of facility and they're like, this is healthy, you need to take this or else you can't be around people and work here. What up, William G? Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. Or who invited you, or how did you hear about IMC Nation? Like we had a pretty hard conversation. We didn't know too much about each other, because when you're working at a music event or festival, there's really no time to get to know each other. So you want to make sure you're on the same page with someone. That's one reason why I started doing this, because I got so fed up with, for one, seeing one of my brothers get screwed over. And two, seeing people like feeling like they're getting forced to put something on their face or show a card that they got something when they really don't need it. And I tell you what, I think I'm here by myself. I inspired people so much around me that they went out and they're living their dream now. If you don't need an ID, show an ID to vote, but you need to show an ID that you got something. Well, how does that sound to you? If you don't need an ID to vote, but you need an ID to show that you got something before you're able to go in a building, how does that sound to you? Okay, so we created a space and environment where you don't need that. You don't need to have something on your face. If you want to, cool. You know, I might distance myself from you, but if you feel safe doing that, more power to you. You don't need to show something that you got something. You don't need to feel pressured to get something. And you can come as you are and freely express yourself and find out that thing that really drives you, that really like inspires you. So this gentleman, Zoom user, I think I'm still talking about the same guy, has so much experience and things I didn't even know about that I wanted to learn. and be able to provide like a safe space for people to come and know that they're safe and they're in good hands and they can freely express themselves, and they are encouraged to do that thing that they loved and also encourage others to do the same. So it has been easy, but I tell you what, like that's the thing about being in a brotherhood, of tribe, is that when you're so like, I'm so deep in this now that I can't quit. I can't be getting drunk tonight, drinking, you know, feeling sorry for myself, getting messed up, you know, because I'm doing that to my fellow brothers and RBC, you know, the music scene that we're in, IMC Nation. Like if I felt like a poopy pants, like I had a pounding headache a couple Fridays ago and I like barely showed up. I think my video was like under 20 minutes, which was fine. You know, I still did it, but I was just like, oh no, it's like, no, like we're watching AZD at least 6 days a week. If he just like, oh, I don't feel like it, guys, you know, Captain Chris or other top IMC Nation brothers with their shows. So you learn how to clear yourself. Another thing with accountability is that you get yourself in the right mindset. One reason why I did a little workout before, like if you want to live stream, if you want to talk about something that inspires you, do a workout before you do it. I did some of my best lives, and even like some of the best pictures of myself when I was tapped in was after a workout, because you got those endorphins going in and you just feel good. Anthony Robbins, motion creates emotion. So before class, AZD will actually sit there with his eyes closed and get himself tapped in, like get himself in the zone. Whatever music he plays, he has certain songs depending on the mood. And instead of like fighting the mood, he'll actually own that. Doing certain hand gestures, you know, getting yourself pumped up. So accountability. If I could leave you one last thing. All right, shut up, bro. Hell yeah, RBC. Hey, my RBC brother watching, like this is what started it. Like IMC Nation is the reason why I brought two powerful men together, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Like seriously, share the same vision. You lose some guys, like, and they're doing their best, but it's like, hey, like what's really stopping you? Like, what is this? This one little thing that's preventing you. That's like the whole. Like for me, it was self-sabotage, self-destructive mode where I would like get something really good. I'm getting chills right now. And then it would feel weird. So then I would end up like ruining it. And it's like, no more. It's too many people are counting on us now. And then looking at some of the people that have been doing it for a while and just giving up so much just because of one, like, well, several wrong actions that they did where it just got caught up to them because they couldn't handle it. Like it just got to their head. When you get at such a high position of power, that's why some people like go off the deep end. It's because they can't handle it. And they don't know, like, if they never did that inner child healing or overcame that crutch, that thing that always stopped them. And then what do you know? That's why the AZD process accountability is crucial. Like IMC Nation, the best group I've ever been in. Because I've been in so many groups in the past, like Landmark Forum was one of them, you know, great group. But some of the people there are just like not living the type of lifestyle I want to live. And then they're kind of talking down on others. And I'm like, who are you to judge? Like okay, you're a great leader, but are you living the type of life? Are you in the type of relationship that you want to be in? Okay, you may have like better leadership skills than me in this area, but why should I listen to you? And here I see AZD pretty much living the lifestyle, doing everything that I want to do. I'm like, I want to learn from this guy. And it's not supposed to be easy. And that's why we hold each other accountable. Captain Chris, he's yelled at me a few times, as he should, but this is serious. You know, this is your life on the line. This is other people's lives that are counting on you, that are looking forward to seeing you reach that next level and inspiring them and teaching them, like, hey, this is what I did. Oh, you're struggling with this? Well, here, do this. Oh, you've always felt like this. Like, no, this is what I've been through. Watch videos of me. If you want to see videos of me 10 years ago, you'll definitely be inspired. We'll put it that way. But I only share with IMC Nation and RBC just because there's people out there that want to take you down because you're doing something that makes them feel less of themselves or shows them a side of themselves that they have to face and they don't want to. So they're gonna like, oh no, you're taking this or you're this way. They'll come up with the craziest stories. It's ridiculous. Hearing some of the stories of people trying to take AZD down and then experiencing not as extreme as what he went through, but something kind of similar. I'm like, of course, it's part of the process. Like, you know, you're doing something right. And family, like immediate family, I say, who are looking out for your best interests, great. But if they're talking down to you, if they're trying to hold you back or whatever, too many times with my dad, love and light, distance yourself. I still do things for him. I'm there for him when he needs me, but I'm not really talking about this around him because I tried and he would just cut me down kind of suddenly. So I'm being the father figure in my life. I'm being the brother I always wanted. I'm being the accountability partner that I need. And I'm putting it out there for you guys to hopefully inspire you who's ever watching this recording. One reason why my girl's in my life, I laid it all on the table. Like, it's not going to be easy. It has been easy, but I tell you what, it's making us both stronger, and we encourage and inspire each other. The big reason why I did my Zoom, my live a couple of Fridays ago when I had the pounding headache, I just got a simple text from her, hey, you coming over to do this? Like, that's right. Are you doing the thing that you said you're going to do? All right. Questions, comments? If not, I'm going to end this. I went past my stop before 10-minute mark, but no, I believe there's no show after me. All right. Show up for yourself, show up for others. Keep showing up.